What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the channel, man. And today we are doing something different. The camera is positioned something different, and this topic is something different that I get asked not a lot, but every now and then it comes up, and it came up recently where people ask, do I regret having a manual 8 months later? I spent a lot of time in this car going to Camaro Fest, which is like a 1,000-mile drive, and then just coming back, and then just driving around the city, getting used to the manual. And short answer is no, I do not regret buying the manual. I feel like I have about 6,300 miles on there, and I feel like that's enough miles to say whether I like the transmission or I don't like the transmission. And I love it. It's one of the best experience that I can have. Daily driving it, I do not daily drive this car. Like, for example, I'm in this car right now. I work from home, and this is the only time I get to drive it. Is just when I'm done with work and I just want to go out for a drive just to get away from the house. Or unless I go into the office. Sometimes I go into the office, whether it be like once, twice a month, and work, and then this car just like give me that ability to just, you know, go out and have fun. Like, I want to drive it. If I would have had an auto, will my experience be the same? That's hard for me to say right now. This car, I know why I bought it, and that was just to do more road course racing and just to learn how to drive a manual and just to see the experience from a Camaro. Because having an auto, I know how it was for 4 years. Having a manual totally changed the experience for me on driving the car. I feel like it's worth it. I don't regret it at all. I regret it at first, I'm not gonna lie, because I didn't have the knowledge that I have now on how to drive a manual. But over time, it's one of the best things that I could have learned, and that opened up a lot of opportunities and a lot of people that you will see now that will be soon coming to the channel, letting me drive their cars now because I can drive a manual now. And they see how far I have came and how far I have advanced into driving a manual now. So shout out to Race Car Friends, man, because he is passionate and he been on me, you know, having, you know, conversations on and off, telling me to get like a Subi or a Golf R or a it's another JDM car that he want me to get, but he's trying to coach me into getting these different types of cars due to the manual gearbox, because there are some of the best gearboxes too. Like the Tremec 6-speed is one of the best ones you can get. I don't know about in those other platforms, but he's telling me like they are some of the most robust transmissions. So that's what's nice about that people telling me like, hey, you should try this car, how you like this trans and so forth, because, you know, every car is different, and I like that. And as y'all know, as I shared in my last video, where I actually got to experience a cam car and a manual and the cam surge. I heard people talk about it, but I never experienced it. And now that I know what a cam surge is, now that teach me how to better spec my car out going forward. So there's no regrets, I should say. They're all just learning experiences, and that's what I'm learning here. So I don't regret buying this car at all. I knew I was getting myself into. I watched lots of videos, like just trying to wrap my head around what I need to do with a manual, what the clutch is, and so forth. Now, some of the biggest downfalls people say, of course, they're not really big downfalls to me. Is like the stop and go traffic. It's not stop and go traffic don't really bother me because I keep my distance and I don't be on my phone as much. This car makes sure I do not be on my phone. And plus the way people drive and they like cutting over into your lane, I make sure I don't be on my phone because I keep my distance in that case. Not saying I can't do it. Like, I can grab my phone and switch gears, but why? and most likely I don't even turn the radio on sometimes when I'm driving. I just like listen to how I'm just shifting the gears, listen to the mechanical of the car, and mechanical sounds of the car and stuff like that. Now, another thing that I have learned, and that's on a road trip, and this is something that people don't talk about. Y'all probably gonna say, really, bro? Like, that's so simple. But cruise control. I figured that out when I was going to Camaro Fest. Like, I did not know manual cars had cruise control. A lot of people, I don't know when it was introduced. I don't know, was it always in the manual car? But people don't talk about that at all. People always make it seem like, oh, you gotta shift. You always gotta shift. You always gotta go into different gears. But on the highway, that's like the most easiest gear, the easiest time to drive a manual. And it's more fun because when you in traffic and you trying to merge on, and you can just drop down a gear and then pass so many cars, that's like, it's like you're in leaving out of a NASCAR pit, man. So that's what's fun about it. And you can control the power. You can control how fast you're going. But I don't regret having a manual. It's more of, I changed my thought process and I changed the way how I drive now since I have a manual. Like, there's all the little stuff I used to do, like, oh, I used to text and drive, I used to eat and drive. I just don't do that. Driving now is becoming like a chore. I hate to say that, but it is what it is. But it's a chore that I enjoy doing, if that makes sense. I do get why people say, like, it's not a daily driver type of car. It is, but it isn't. And it all based on, like, your location. Like, where I'm at, technically, I can daily drive. I can daily drive this car if I wanted to. It's not that big of a deal for me. If I wanted to go to, like, Texas or somewhere, and depends on what part of Texas, that'll be tough. That'll be very tough for me to daily drive this car in, like, Texas or in LA, because the traffic is more dense there, you know. Here, it's not that dense except for, like, rush hour traffic. Like Georgia, I remember everywhere you go, it's like heavy traffic. Michigan, we don't have that problem. So that's good there. I mean, I don't mind daily driving it. Q the Chaotic daily drive his Camaro. He don't have no problems with it. So, I mean, it is doable. You can live with it. The only gripe, another thing I would say is that know what package you're getting. If you're getting the 1LE package, I must say, these seats are not for you if you're looking for comfort. These seats are good for if you're trying to have a track-focused car, but if you're looking for comfort, do not get the 1LE package, man. Because on that road trip, I must say, these seats tore me up when I got to the final destination. Even 2 or 3 hours in, these seats really tore me up, man. And I'm a pretty tall guy. Like, I'm 6'1", 275, and that give you an idea. And I'm snugged in. Like, I'm always snugged in the seat. But it's just the lumbar support that really, like, kill it for me on those long road drives, on those long road trips. So that's that. Like, I would say, if you're not going to track the car, don't get the 1LE, even though it's a popular trim level. Get the 2SS, because the 2SS, or the 1SS, but I say the 2SS because you get the leather seats. They come heated and cool, and you're just more comfortable. Like, I'm on this road in sport mode, and you can see, like, how we jumping. Like, if I put in track, like, it's a little bit more stiff, but that's what I wanted. I'm not gonna complain about the trim level, because that's what I wanted going forward. But yeah, that's gonna wrap this video up, man. I don't really garage, you know, I don't really consider my car a garage queen. I don't like daily drive this car, but it's not a garage queen. And when I drive it hard, and I drive it how it's meant to be. So yeah, man, that's my reasons. That if you guys have any questions or any videos you want me to do with the manual, I'm more than happy to do it. Or if you got a car that you want me to drive, that's your personal vehicle, and you see how well I can do it, I'm always down to learning, man. I love testing out different cars and my skill sets, because each one is different. So like that, man, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.